Hey everyone, Jonathan Blackwood here with another three questions interview with Commercial Integrator. Today's guest is Todd Stih of Mitsubishi Electric. Todd, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. We're focusing on digital signage and video walls this month, and I'm glad to have you on because I wanted to just start off with, what product trends are we seeing in this market and are you guys seeing over at Mitsubishi Electric?
Well, there's a lot of different things happening in terms of trends. One thing that I've noticed with talking to customers is people starting to pay a bit more attention to what's in the product and what they're getting for the price. Specifically with regard to fine pitch LEDs and the bonding wires and the material that's used and how that impacts price and performance. So there's copper bonding wires and there are gold bonding wires, and the bonding wire, by the way, for those of you that don't know what that is, that's the tiny little wire inside that LED that connects the lead frame and the power coming into the actual diode itself. There's actually, we actually have a video of this, by the way, on our website, a tech tip video that goes into more detail. But the copper bonding wire isn't as reliable at conducting power and isn't as durable, but it's a lot less expensive. We use gold bonding wires. They have shown to be more durable and more reliable. There's a lot of different price points on the market, and manufacturers don't talk about bonding wires and specs and so forth. But when people are looking at the price they're paying and what they're getting for that, that is a huge impact on the cost of a fine pitch product and an impact on the durability as well. So, one of the trends we're seeing, a lot of copper bonding wire to hit lower price points. And, we encourage people to ask the question as to what they're getting and to look at the gold bonding wire that tends to be more durable. Also seeing a lot more customization. And for a long time, customization meant just doing, right angle corners. And there are a lot of products out there that do that now that have special cabinets that come with seamless right angle corners. But architects and customers, as they look at some of these installations, a lot of them are looking for signature elements, which are highly customized. We are working on a project right now for a customer and doing this through a systems integrator, where there's some standard video product, but then there is a display that is hanging from the middle of this area that completely custom, really from soup to nuts. We're actually building this structure and building the displays for the integrator and kind of delivering that in one piece just because of the level of customization. So I think that's another trend that we're seeing. It's above and beyond just, what's out there in terms of product features. It's really about how do you make a signature piece and what's involved in doing that. I think we're well positioned to help people do that.
Yeah, I know Mitsubishi Electric in particular is very adamant about providing more than just the product to their customers. Value and support. What can display manufacturers bring to a project other than simply the product?
Yeah, that's a great question because sales cycles, are tend to be very long in our industry. And a lot of people look at the manufacturer in terms of the spec and the product and the price. But manufacturers can often, bring a lot more to the table to help a systems integrator lower the total cost of their project and make their life a lot easier. One way is on the pre-construction side. For instance, with us, we have in-house electrical PEs and mechanical engineers that can do detailed one-line electrical drawings and low voltage drawings, help with the mechanical mounting issues and work all through that to help the systems integrator better finite their installation cost, work through any possible gotchas on site conditions. We find that, a lot of people see value to that. The mounting solutions are another element that manufacturers can bring to the table. I know there's a whole host of third-party companies that do that. But again, we have in-house mechanical engineers and being a project-based group, we can custom make mounting solutions that articulate off the wall. We can do straight wall mounts, and buying that direct from the manufacturer eliminates any finger pointing between the mount company and the manufacturer. And generally, we've seen it lower the overall project cost and just provide one less point of contact that the integrator has to deal with. And the less point of contacts you have on the project, generally the better. And finally, installation services. Most people are familiar with using a manufacturer to come on site and commission the display, but more and more often on a lot of these bigger projects, we see systems integrators doing a lot of things on a project. The video wall is often just one element of that. And sometimes they'd like to use their resources to focus on the other elements, and we can come in and do the installation service and do everything turnkey, nice and clean, and often do that at a lower cost than they could do with their own people. So there's a lot of different services that manufacturers can bring to the table. And I think it's more nowadays about looking at that and not just looking at the product, but looking at the total value that the manufacturer can bring to the project and the overall value of those various services.
We've talked a lot about what's going on in the digital signage market as a whole, but what's new with Mitsubishi Electric?
One of the newest things that I think the integrator should be aware of is that for a long time, for many years, we had Mitsubishi Electric had a group called the Visual Information Systems Group out of Cyprus, and they were the group that sold flat panels and data wall displays, data wall being the rear projection cubes. As LED is replacing those technologies, that group that a lot of the integrators are so familiar with is going away. Our group, we've been around for 40 years and we've been doing LED for almost 20. We're really the large scale display division of Mitsubishi Electric. So we're kind of coming in now to the integrator space and hoping to convert some of those relationships. And for the folks out there that are used to working with the VIS group, give us an opportunity. I think they will find that we have a much wider range of products than what they were accustomed to working with the VIS group. And we have a wider range of services and can bring a lot more value to a project. So that's a big thing that is happening. And, again, the people that are used to working with VIS, they give us an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Some of the other things that are happening with us, the fine pitch side of the business, in Q4 of last year, we introduced a 0.95 millimeter. That allows us to have a very full product line. 0.95 is great for a lot of command and control applications. As part of our website, we just launched a couple of what we call tech tip videos. So we're working to come up with short 2-minute videos on technical issues that impact the industry and that can provide some insight and so forth to the integrators. And that's on our website. If you go, we have 2 videos there right now. We're working to add more. So there's a few of the new things that are happening with us.
Yeah, that's great. And I know that our integrator audience is going to be very interested and curious to see how you guys move into this space a little bit more on the Mitsubishi Electric side. If they want to learn more about the Mitsubishi Electric and about some of those videos that you guys are putting out and some of that information, where can they find you?
2 ways to get to us is on the corporate website. It's www.meppi.com. Or the division website directly is www.diamond-vision.com.
All right. Well, I encourage everyone in our audience to check it out and see what Mitsubishi Electric is bringing to the channel. In the meantime, Todd, Stih, thank you so much for joining us today for 3 questions.
Thank you.